Well, again, I apologize for being late. Had to get a few things together before I started this live. It's always something. Kids, grandkids, husband, something. So just wanted to get everything situated before I started this live. Tonight we will be covering a number of topics. I wanted to discuss the interviews from this past week by one of my favorite content creators, which is Millichun TV. And if you're not subscribed to her, please go over there, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, join her channel, share her with your people or whatever. She is guaranteed, a good time over there. Millichun TV. And also, I wanted to go over the interview of Dr. Eugene Harris and Cecil Whitmire from Married to Medicine by the blogger Carlos King. Both interviews were really good, in my opinion. Millichun interviewed Sweet Tea, Letitia Lunsford from Married to Medicine, and Carlos King interviewed Dr. Eugene Harris and Cecil Whitmire of Married to Medicine. Both of those were really good interviews, so we're going to go over that. I also don't know if a lot of you, I know Prosperity, I know the story first came to my attention on her channel. There's a mayor in Dolton, Illinois, that is running amok. I'm so disappointed in her. She is a young African American woman in who's the mayor of a predominantly black town, and she is scamming. She is running amok. And she needs to be held accountable. So we're going to talk about that. And if you all have been following the Mahogany Jackson horror story, is what it is. It brought me back to, the Shanquilla Robinson thing when I first heard about it. Mahogany Jackson was a young mother from Alabama who was recently unalived by 8 of her so-called friends. I have to stay on my son and other people, my nieces and things, about these so-called friends. Because everybody that's smiling, grinning in your face is not your friend. Just like this baby thought that those 8 people was her friend that stomped, beat, raped, and blew her brains out. They were not. And it's sad and unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? We can know people all our life and not really know them. That's why you have to keep your eyes open. If you see somebody doing some fugazi stuff with somebody else that they're cool with, or they call their friend or their sister or whatever, you need to watch that. You really need to watch that. Because as I said before, everybody that smiles in your face is not your friend. Sorry. Let's see. All right. Hey, Prosperity, my good sis. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Hey, Nikki News. Thank you for being here. Hey, Braylon. Thank you for being here. I was just going over what we're going to be talking about tonight, which is the interview by the bloggers Carlos King and Millichun TV. Carlos King interviewed Dr. Eugene Harris and Cecil Whitmire from Married to Medicine. We're going to go over that. We're also going to discuss, the Millichun TV interview with Sweet Tea. which is Dr. Gregory Lunsford's new wife. We're gonna go over the new shenanigans with this. Oh my God, this big disappointment. This scammer, this treacherous woman that is the mayor of Dolton, Illinois. I've been following this story. First came to my attention by Prosperity Thick Girl 40. She was going on, she covered it on her channel. If you're not subscribed to Prosperity Thick Girl 40, please go on over, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a live. Also, go on over to my little brother Braylon's channel, and hit that like, comment, subscribe on his channel as well. Hit that notification bell so that you never miss a tour with Braylon. Yeah. So let's get started. I guess we'll start with. Okay, we'll start with the Millichun and Sweet Tea interview, because I did reach out to Millichun and she gave me her good graces to go ahead and use, some of her interview with Sweet Tea to, that I want to discuss the stuff. And so I got her, okay, so we'll go over that first. And then we'll move on to, CK's interview with the guys from Married to Medicine. Let's see. Y'all just have to bear with me. I'll get there. Okay. Hold on, let's see.
Totally different as a mom. Like you said, we all heard her say, "Oh, thank you." We all, so literally all of us were like, "Simone, please don't do it." And then we're sitting like, "And what do you mean? What happened?" The
Hold on, y'all. All right. Okay, you guys, I apologize for that. So, looks like I'm not gonna be able to listen to it that way and go over it. So, here we go.
And I feel kind of bad about it because I don't watch a lot of reality TV because when I was at BravoCon, I kind of felt out of place because I don't know about the shows, but I know of like the black reality TV shows on Bravo. And I don't know, it's just hard to believe that. Like, I didn't have cable, I had like Netflix, I didn't have none of that. So, but I knew of like Nene, I knew Nene was a staple, but I don't know. I only know what hits the streets, like bloggers, what they post. So those are the things that I felt out of place at BravoCon because I honestly, I had to lie. Like, I had to lie at times. Like, what is your favorite Bravo show? Like, who do you like? And I'm like, I just met Monica.
I'm so sorry. I just been talking. Oh my God, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh Jesus. Okay, let me go back. Y'all, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I had unmuted myself. Okay.
And we have Letitia Sweetie Lunsford with us from Married to Medicine. We have had part one of a 3-part reunion. I got a question about that. And we're just going to get into it. First of all, thank you for being here. Thank you, chat, for being here.
Okay. Well, let me say this. All these said on this channel are alleged, and in my opinion, were covered by the Fair Use Act of 1976, Fair Use Commentary, and shout out at Millichun TV for this awesome interview. If you guys are not already subscribed to Millichun TV, head on over, subscribe to her channel, hit that notification bell so you never ever miss a Millichun TV video. This interview with Millichun and Sweet Tea from Married to Medicine.
And whatever your questions are, put them in the chat. And after we kind of get through what we're going to get through, I'll come back and ask your questions. So, how are you?
Girl, I'm doing good. I just been relaxing, just kind of taking a mental break after the reunion. We filmed it back in January, so.
Hi, Janet. How you doing, cousin? Thank you for being here. Y'all, please hit that like button on your way in.
We're just going to get started. Okay. How was your overall, 2 parts, how was your overall Married to Medicine experience?
My overall experience, I would say that I learned a lot about myself. Dealing with all these different personalities, you never know like what you get with people. And I think that whenever I came into the group, I came in being my authentic self. And, you know, I realized some people may turn it up for TV. You know what I'm saying? It just, you never know. And I wasn't an avid watcher of the show, so I was kind of blindsided by some things. And, you know.
Again, I don't believe that Sweet Tea wasn't an avid watcher of the show. Like I said, before the show aired, there was already stuff going around in the media about her. There were actual screenshots of her up under Dr. G's post when he was, you know, looking for or dating or whatever, of her saying she could give him what he wanted. And everybody knows that Dr. G wanted a baby, the family, you know, all that good stuff. So I don't believe, and even if, you know, she wasn't a avid watcher of Married to Medicine, I just figure, you know, you talking to a guy, you know, he known from this show, you would go back and, you know, most people would go back and, you know, watch the show, see what it's about, see how, you know, he is, and, you know, just get a, you know, kind of insight into like what he is on this show, or, you know, the type of person he is versus, you know, the person that she's getting to know. But Sweet Tea says she, you know, never watched the show ever, you know, but whatever. Here we go.
Wasn't privy to previous history and the relationships and stuff like that. So most of the time, I would try to stay out of that.
Let me ask a question, because glad you said that, because there are a lot of people, and hello to everyone in the chat, there are a lot of people who feel like that is not a true statement. I'm not saying it's not a true statement, because if you tell me you wasn't an avid watcher, I have no choice but to believe you, because I'm not an avid watcher of a lot of things. But I don't know, why do you think people don't believe that you didn't watch the show?
I think that people believe, because some people, they are avid watchers. It's like, you know, it's hard to believe that some people don't watch the show. Like, for me, I knew enough about the show because Married to Medicine is one of those staple shows that's been on for 10 years. I know of that. Like, I don't watch a lot of reality TV.
Okay.
I watched reality TV back when, it was Flavor of Love, and now that, the very beginning of Love and Hip Hop, and I feel kind of bad about it because I don't watch a lot of reality TV because when I was at BravoCon, I kind of felt out of place because I don't know about the shows, but I know of like.
Hey sis, hey Prosperity. If you're not already subscribed to Prosperity Thick Girl 40, please go on over, like, comment, subscribe, and join the Proper Thought family. Thank you for being here, sis.
But I don't know. I only know what hits the streets, like bloggers what they post. So those are the things that I know. But like, I felt out of place at BravoCon because I honestly, I had to lie. Like, I had to lie. I'm like, what is your favorite Bravo show? Like, who do you like? And I'm like, I just met Monica. I just met Monica from, I think her name is Monica Garcia.
Yeah, Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I met her, and I was all like, I like her. Even though I ain't watched the show. But I met her, and I said, you know what? I'm going to support her and watch the show.
Okay. So what was now that it's over, we're going to talk about part one, but now that it's over, what was your overall reunion experience like?
I think I went into the reunion a little nervous and not knowing what to expect. But once I got out there, I honestly was sitting there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I sat there kind of bored. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, I was just expecting more. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was just too calm for me. I don't know. Like,
okay.
I just expected a lot more. The only person that was like kind of, standing on business to me was Simone. Simone. I expected a lot more from Toya. She was.
Now, I don't know what she meant by, she expected a lot more. Maybe the girls that she's around, Simone, Toya, were, doing a lot of hoorah and what they was gonna do with the reunion, and then get there and they give nothing. But I guess this is her first year, so she has a lot to learn about the ladies on the cast. They're not as, let's see, I don't watch this show since it started. The only time I remember them getting down and dirty was Mariah and Toya when they was fighting it on first season at the poolside. But they get into it at the reunions, but it's never where they're throwing blows. So if that's like what she was expecting, honey, nah, they get close now, but they ain't, gonna fight or nothing like that. But yeah, and then I was shocked at her saying that Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie were the ones that looked her up for the show, which, okay, they expected so much from Quad. Quad is not, being the friend that they needed her to be. So why should Quad be more of a friend to y'all? I'm not saying that y'all, shouldn't be cool with Dr. Gregory's new wife. I mean, because, she's new. The guys are still friends with Dr. Gregory. But what I'm saying, like, of course, Quad is going to look and feel a type of way. I mean, if y'all seeking this girl out, and who's to say that Quad didn't know that that's what y'all were doing? I mean, because we seen the pictures of stuff with Heavenly and Sweet Tea and this, that, and the third, whatever. That was shady, but yeah, they expected Quad to have been there for them. Dr. Jackie especially, been there for her, shoulder to cry on when you the one said that shit out your mouth. Like, that don't make no sense to me. But whatever. We're gonna go on.
Just kind of like that. Even I spoke to Alicia, my castmate, and I just felt like we both agreed the energy was just different. It was different. I just expected, okay, everybody was gonna be swinging. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question that I asked from my earlier interview today, and it's a really good question, and it goes with the question I just asked. If you had known then what you know now, what would you have done different?
I wouldn't be so open. I wouldn't be so open as much as I was in the very beginning, especially with Dennis the Menace. Because initially, you know, she did sought me out for the show and Jackie, so that she did as well. But I was just, I just wouldn't have been as open at all with them and closed off.
Jackie sought you out like the dentist sought you out?
Not as hard as the dentist, but originally, when I went to the first 50 Shades of Pink back in 2021, Jackie and him, they talked to me about the show. They were talking about, you know, we can figure out, because I worked for the government at the time, I had my government clearance, and they're like, well, we can figure it out. You know, I was living in DC, so I was like, I don't know, like, that's something I've never done before, so I'm not really feeling it. That's not gonna work with what I got going on right now. It wasn't until the second 50 Shades of Pink, I was now engaged. I lived in Atlanta. You know, Jackie told me, hey, just stay right here. I went to the second 50 Shades of Pink. Jackie was like, you know, the dentist is on the way, so you know she's gonna talk to you more about the show and stuff like that. And I remember Gregory, yeah, she wasn't even at the second annual 50 Shades of Pink. She actually came afterwards when it was done to talk to me about it. And she was just telling me what a good opportunity it was for me. Like, you know, look at it like this, like you're gonna be opening doors for yourself and businesses. This is not an everyday thing that comes into your lap. Like you should do this. And whatever you want to do, you can do. You know, I will say she was getting encouraged. Whatever you want to do, business wise, let's talk. You know, I can get you on the Headley University and stuff like that. She was trying to get me onto that. You know, and all that sounded great. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, oh, okay, that sounds good. I'm still nervous about it, and I don't know if you see those text messages I released on my Twitter. You know, I was just saying, like, you know, I don't want to get ganged up on. I'm not for the drama. I'm not here to battle with the ex. Like, I'm just coming home to ask myself, like, there's no reason for me and her to be because I don't know her, you know? So she was trying to coach me, but more so coach me to, like, go against people and stuff like that. And like, that's really not my personality. Like, I'm not going against the hate. Like, that's really not me. Until you come over here messing with me. So I think that I wouldn't have been as open with her because like every little thing that I come with would leach all that.
Again, now y'all, I done told y'all I like Dr. Heavenly, but if in fact Dr. Heavenly did the things that Sweet Tea is saying, yeah, sis, you wrong for that. Because you sought that girl out, brought her on the show, and then things that she shared with you, specifically about her, you know, fertility issues, whatever you used against her. Even when as far as discussing like her infertility to a blogger by the name of Carlos King. And then he had the nerves and the audacity to speak on it. I mean, she having infertility issues, sir. You can't even fucking have a baby. Huh. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dr. Heavenly was dying bad for that shit, you know. It is what it is. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't give a damn. I like you or not. If you're wrong, bitch, you just wrong.
To my story, you know what I'm saying? Instead of showing more of their lives, now they all up in my life and, you know, making a mockery of it, making fun of. So I keep game on that, you know, as the season went on. Yeah. You know what? Ain't nobody trying that shit.
And I think like a lot of people ask me, like, if anybody sees this, I hope this clears this up for you. Like, why do you call her the dentist? Because I could not call her by whatever name that she thinks is on her birth certificate. And it really took it home for me when she told Carlos that she actually got on the show. And when you came to
hey, DT, thank you for being here.
To embarrass her, like this is not about her. Let's keep right. Y'all time feel. So let me ask you this: where was Alicia?
So Alicia, she was there. She was definitely there. So you'll probably see her on the second or third part. I haven't seen the part 2 or part 3 yet, but she was there, and she really. I really would have wanted her to be out there more because Alicia actually was there the whole time. you know.
No, we did not hear it a lot from Alicia until about the 4th episode, maybe the 5th.
Right.
So maybe that's why, I don't know.
It's crazy to like,
Shut up, Prosperity. Okay, yeah, you was right. Dr. Heavenly is wrong. I still like that bitch. I don't care.
Oh, Jesus. And then whenever you watch the show come out and it's like, you see the edits and it's like, damn, you expected it to capture you in real time and how things actually went, but no, they're going to tell their own story. Like, you just have
no, DT, you can have whatever opinions you want to. I mean, because it's a lot of people that don't like the Dr. Heavenly, as a lot of people call her. But, I just like her. I think she funny as shit, I do. Now, I did not like the fact that she was talking about that girl having problems, having a baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that type of stuff or whatever, but Dr. Heavenly is funny to me. She just is.
Quad did drop a tear out of her eye, but she seemed to be very upset. Right. But I just want to know what it was feeling like.
Okay. I'm glad you got that. Okay, I'm glad you got that. So I remember when Simone was going back and forth, and Simone was just trying to explain, like, I've been there for her, and I've always been there for her. I've never been over to her house. So when she was saying that she had an event happen in her house recently, we all knew what the event, we all knew what it was, but Andy kept asking. So Andy just kept on saying, well, what was it? What was it? And she was just like, well, there was a tragedy that happened to the family. And then he's like, well, what was it? And then that's when Simone was like, well, her niece drowned in her food, whatever. And, it wasn't, I promise you, it was not meant maliciously. Like, the thing is, like, it made me feel like that to the audience because they were watching, but we were all there. So we all knew what the event was. Maybe Andy was asking so he can tell the audience, maybe. And, but, Simone did not mean it in that kind of way at all. It didn't feel that way. Like, we all kind of was like, but,
and I absolutely disagree because, okay, I don't know how Sweet Tea could tell us how Dr. Simone meant something that she said out of her damn mouth. But I disagree. For anybody, a tragedy of that magnitude happening at their house, in their family, or whatever, that's gonna be a tough, what I'm saying, like a tough thing. Like, it's just some stuff you just don't do. And Dr. Simone, the bunny rabbit or whatever, is good for just like Heavenly. If we're gonna keep it a book, we're gonna keep it a book because that's some shit. I don't give a damn, you know what I'm saying? I know Andy messy and Andy knew what he was doing, but Dr. Simone little ugly ass, she should have, you know what I'm saying? I ain't like it. I don't like it. She didn't have, to bring up that situation that was extremely, hard for Quad. I don't care if y'all didn't see. I mean, nobody saw a teardrop or whatever. If she would have cried harder, they'd have said the hell she was putting on, or she was over exaggerating, or whatever. I mean, so then they don't see tears, and so it's not hurting her or whatever. She lost her damn niece. A tragedy. A child was unalive in her pool at her house. Can you imagine something like that happen at your home and then you gotta still stay there? That's horrible. So whether people thought it was general, it was genuine, you know what I'm saying, that Quad's feelings or not. I mean, she asked the bunny rabbit to not say that. She could have ended that right there at tragedy. There was a tragedy at Quad's house, and I was there for she got to go out. Girl, I don't like Dr. Simone She another one, messy as fuck. Messy as hell. She just as messy as Heavenly Ass is. She just not as loud and obnoxious as Heavenly. But she just as messy and just as dirty. And Andy needs to be stuffed with by many eggplants to realign his hell, DT. That ain't no punishment to Andy. Andy might like them eggplants. Yeah.
Like no Simone. And but like I think that she did that at BravoCon too, from what I heard from Phaedra. Like she was kind of, upset. I think maybe somebody asked her about the tragedy in the family, and Phaedra told me that she ran out through one of the panels or something like that. I don't know, something like that. But I understand that it's a sensitive thing, but I just kind of felt like, Simone did not mean that maliciously. I knew what Simone was trying to say. We all knew what she was trying to say. We didn't feel like, oh my God, we weren't upset with Simone. And I spoke to Simone this morning, and she said that her and Quad, they have been talking. Everything's been good. Everything's been good.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't, yeah. So, I'm sorry. So they have, can you hear me?
Yes.
So they have already been talking. So, it's just kind of interesting to see this, how this is playing out now. And nobody left the reunion feeling like, oh my God, we're upset. So nobody felt like that.
Okay, so the way
correct, it was not like that.
Because the thing is this, I do understand. Well, I think I was talking to somebody about this today. I know I was, because I said it. It's like we know too much into TV now because social media and all this kind of stuff. Like back in the day, we just saw shows come on and they went off, and we waited till they come on again. We didn't know what the people were doing in their real life. So I feel like, because we take on this reality perspective that y'all give us, and y'all live in something totally different. So now the people out here is devastated at Simone. Like people are mad with Simone because, like you said, we all heard her say, oh, thank you. We all heard her say, Simone, don't do it. No, Simone, don't do it. So literally all of us were like, Simone, please don't do it. And then we're sitting like, Andy, what do you mean? What happened? The whole world knows what happened.
Right, yeah, like what everybody knows. I think maybe Andy was asking just to bring more clarity to the situation in case people don't know. But it did not feel that way at the time while we were filming that first part of the reunion at all.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was, understood like why she doesn't want to say it. Maybe she has her reason. And Simone admits, like, she also admits, like, hey, that was wrong of me. I should have just I was like, yeah, maybe you should have let her say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't look at it like that, at all at the time. So, and I don't think that nobody was trying to make entertainment out of it. Nobody found it funny. All Simone was saying, like, I've been there for her even when we weren't at the best place together. And Simone reached out to her when that happened, just showing that she cared. Because I remember when she called me, she said, I reached out and I was like, well, what made you do that? Because I know that she had some feelings about that relationship between her and the ex. And she said that, you know what, I was just being my authentic self. I'm still a caring person, and I'm gonna reach out. And she had admitted to me, like, I don't know if she would do the same for me, but I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so if it was genuine, again, here is Dr. Simone. If you're genuinely reaching out to a Quad, just being a good support, and you don't have an agenda behind it, why didn't you just say you reached out to Quad, you know what I'm saying, and just to, because you're a caring person? Why did you have to go on where you don't know if she'll do the same for you and all that stuff or whatever? Like I said, that's what I don't like about Dr. Simone either, because Dr. Simone try to act like she's somebody, like she's so much different than Heavenly when she is absolutely not. Again, Dr. Hamlin is just loud and obnoxious. Dr. Simone is exactly like Dr. Hamlin, and that's my opinion. I don't give a damn. Shit. I mean, cause like, why if you see if somebody gotta do something for me and you're there for me or whatever, and then hey, you got to do it on terms, or you know what I'm saying, you going back to the group, and that's messy all in itself. To me, that's messy as hell. Cause why in the hell are you even going to sweet tea out of all people? I can might have seen if you would have went to one of the other ladies in the group that were already privy to, like, you inquired strained relationship or whatever you say y'all got, and was like, you know what I'm saying, I reached out to her just to be a support, but I don't know if she, have been there for me, because some of those ladies share the same sentiments about Quad. But no, you over there telling sweet tea about it, like you being messy. That's what I'm saying. You're being messy. Dr. Simone and the rabbit teeth messy as hell. Let's go on.
I mean, me and Simone have our differences, but I think Simone got a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think she's good. You know?
Yeah, like Mick Free says here, Simone was yelling. Like, we found that to be just way too much. For you to be a doctor and all this, like, why aren't you yelling?
Yeah, I mean, that's just Simone. Simone get loud. You probably seen it in the upcoming part 2 of the reunion.
Mm-hmm.
I get loud too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get loud.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you something about you, and it's coming up this second part. I think you're great, and I've always said, regardless of what people think, I feel like you were everybody's storyline because everybody had your name in their mouth, right? But why did you not quarterback or handle the situation with Quad Asbury for a hug? Because I would have said, hell no.
Okay, let me explain that. Okay,
please, because I could not understand that for the life of me.
Yes, so prior to me getting on this show, me and my husband had a conversation. He did not want me to give her any bit of drama. He just said, let her do that with other people. But because she may come over here looking for something, but don't give it to her.
Right. Because
I've already heard that she was on the way out the door, from what I heard. So that was the strategy, and out of respect for my husband, I was going to listen to my husband, because he said, don't start anything. That's why I was so nice. Most time I'm not that nice. But out of respect for my husband, he told me, I don't want to see my ex fighting with my new wife. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
He didn't want that. And he was just like, you don't start nothing with her. Don't give her anything. You sit back and you let her do her thing with them. Don't you start that. You can have whatever you need to have with them other girls, but I don't want this. And when I told him, there were some things during the season that was said about him, and it put me in an awkward position, that she said, and it put me in an awkward position because I don't know that to be my husband. I only know who I know today. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak. I wasn't there for that. So I can't speak to that. But plus, I was just confused because I'm like, just 2 seconds ago, you tried to be my friend, and then also you were happy for love for this union. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then now it's like we having flashbacks from years ago about some old stuff that I ain't got. I don't have anything to do with it. So I told Mercury, by the time we got to the gala, I was like, hey, he had never interacted with her during the season. That was the first time. So I said, well, it's been awkward for me. I'm gonna need you handle it how you need to handle it. So when she asked me for the hug, I was like, you ask him. And I was gonna let him deal with however he wanted to deal with that. And he did. And it didn't bother me. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. It was awkward because he's probably, I'm thinking that he was probably like, dang, these things have been said to sabotage my name. I'm really confused on why this person's asking for a hug. You know what I'm saying? It's like he hasn't said anything. Like he's just kind of like trying to live his life, and he hasn't said anything. And you know,
we're not about to act like we didn't see Dr. G in out of Quad. When Quad stepped in that room and Dr. G saw Quad, he was stoked. He was stunned. That man, in my opinion, still got it. I don't know if it's a sexual thing for Quad, but it could definitely be still some really strong feelings for Quad or whatever. I saw it, and a lot of everybody else saw it. Ain't no way in hell I would have went right outside my husband's head or whatever. He's standing there in front of his ex, whatever, speechless. And then the woman gonna ask to give him a hug, and he didn't be like, "Nah, I'm good." Shit, baby, we'd have tore that party up. Oh my God. But it is what it is. And I get Sweet Tea didn't want it to seem like she was bothered by Quad. But girl, if you were bothered by Quad, you should have been bothered by the way your husband was looking at Quad in awe. Like he was like I'm talking about stunned in his tracks. Yes, Janet, I believe he still loves Quad. Now I don't believe Quad ever loved him. I believe that Quad felt like she wanted to be married to him for social status, and I believe that Quad thought that he had more money than he actually had. And I know Sweet Tea said that she got her own money, this, then the third, or whatever. But I believe Sweet Tea ass, probably thought that Dr. G had more money than he really got. I don't know what the man got, but I'm just saying I don't think he is rich as people think he is. I'm just saying. I don't know. But that's just my thoughts, allegedly, in my opinion. I think, what I'm saying. And I think now that Sweet Tea is with him, he probably I'm sure he has some good things to him or whatever, and she done married him, so now she probably is trying to make it work or whatever. I know that my grandmother said that when she married my grandfather, she wasn't necessarily in love with him, but she knew, she'll grow to love him or whatever. So maybe she's trying to make herself love him, and if that's the case, I'm for it. I feel like Dr. G is a good dude, and I want him to be happy. I want him to have a baby. Please, somebody, anybody, please have a baby. I'm so serious. I want Sweet Tea to have that baby. I want her to have that baby, and I want to be the one to go over there on Carlos King, the blogger page, and paste every baby picture that girl done had, since he took it upon his wretched ass self to get on that damn podcast and speak about her infertility. Hell, he talking about her infertility. Bitch, you can't even have no motherfucking baby. Why you trying to talk about her? Punk. Now, I didn't like that shit. And I ain't no Sweet Tea fan. But baby, you was a whole all the way out of line as a blogger. Carlos King, the blogger.
He still hasn't said anything about the past, or that he hasn't really said anything unless asked on the show in a green screen. And all these other interviews that I've seen about him and all that, it gets confusing. So that's where the energy you see me for this next coming second part of reunion, where I'll pissed off.
Well, I can see you being pissed off, because another thing I was pissed off about, and I don't know how far you can get into it, but please explain to us, when Greg and Phaedra was having the conversation back and forth about the $4,000 and his statement that he made, like, how did that statement make you feel? And what did he mean? Like, sometimes Greg talks in a little circle sometimes, right?
He does. And so, I didn't, at the time, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. It pissed me, I ain't gonna lie, it did piss me off.
It had to.
Because I'm like, what? But you know what? What I've noticed about my husband, he's intelligent, okay, but the social part of it, like, he ain't got that. That's not his niche. Like, he was in an awkward position, and he was talking about a friend, and then he was also talking about, he wanted his friend to make his friend look good, but also he felt like his friend wasn't making him look good. And then he was just like, in a way, trying to say like, well, back then when he was younger, these women ask me for all, women, they come around and they ask for money, and then they end up with something else, like a convict or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was trying to explain it like that, and I'm gonna let him explain it, but I was confused too, because I ain't gonna lie.
I wish Greg could explain this to us tonight, because I really would love to know, because my whole thing was, I was like, okay, Letitia's sitting right here in front of you, Phaedra's talking about it, and then like you kind of debunked what Phaedra was saying, like it was a kiss or it wasn't a kiss. Like, I love Phaedra, but we know her to be a liar. She's a traitor liar. She's a traitor. She's
okay. I don't really care about Phaedra and Dr. G, what they were supposed to have or gonna have, or if they had or whatever. But I believe it's gonna be on this part 2 of the Married to Medicine reunion. Dr. G is gonna make a statement like, if he'd have gave Phaedra the $4,000, what could have happened between them or whatever. And that's disrespectful as hell. Now, Sweet Tea does go on to say, that they, she got tore into his ass about that statement or whatever, but the being speechless or the way he was towards Quad in that party, the statement that he made about in reference to Phaedra and him, what they could have been. If I was Sweet Tea, I'd pay attention to that. Cause we all know that he did cheat on, his last wife or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, is she really trying to be in the marriage for the long run? I pay attention to that stuff or whatever. Like I said, everybody handles stuff differently. It may not be a big thing to her. Maybe, she okay with it. I don't know. But I pay attention to it because, you know what I'm saying, that's crazy. I'd have really went off about the way he was out of Quad. I couldn't get over it. The way that man stood up in there, like, it was like a scene out of a movie. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
She's our traitor liar, and I love Phaedra, but that's what she does. But so I don't know what was going on in that. And then it was like when he said something about maybe I should have gave you $4,000, and then he was talking to Andy about the relationship in his head, and I was like, Gregory.
Yeah, I don't know where he was coming from, but like one thing I just realized, you know what? He's like, they gonna say some stupid shit. I'm just gonna excuse my language, but like, I didn't understand where he was coming from either, because I was like, okay, what are you trying to say? I'm really confused. Like, get this shit out. What the fuck is he trying to say? So I was just like, he got cussed out. Okay, let's say he got cussed out. Because he's like, well, I wasn't thinking it like that. I was just trying to explain about, like, you know what? Let me let Gregory explain it whenever that comes out, because he can explain it better. Because in a way, he was trying to protect Phaedra, and then he was trying to protect himself in a way.
Okay, so he trying to protect Phaedra for what? What would he be protecting Phaedra from or for? Now, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. What is he protecting Phaedra for? You don't think that's odd? I know they friends or whatever, but he gonna protect Phaedra. Yet he's going to throw himself under the bus, get himself in trouble by his wife, with his wife. Yeah, that shit ain't making no sense, but it is what it is. This Sweet Tea husband, not mine.
And, he never lied about it, and I don't think that he would lie about it. And it's like, hey, I didn't know if they put $4,000 back then. Okay, it's not a big deal. Okay, Gregory didn't want to pay it, and he moved on. That's how he went about that. He had just graduated his residency, and she was looking for the highest bidder. She was trying to be on her sugar baby stuff, and then
not the highest bidder. Oh my God. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, I feel like we all should be looking for that.
We're gonna put a pin in it.
Okay. Again. Now y'all heard that? I think we all should be looking like that, looking for that. So why is she so mad at Heavenly when Dr. Heavenly said she a gold digger? She said maybe Phaedra was looking for the highest bidder, as in Gregory. Okay, but when Heavenly says that you Heavenly call her no gold digger, she said that bitch digging for copper. Yeah, she gonna get mad at Heavenly. But you just said it yourself. So like, I don't like that. Like, what is wrong? You mad because Heavenly said it, but you just said it yourself. Oh my God. Like, it makes no sense to me.
He's gonna explain that a lot better, but I didn't know what he was talking about. But I just noticed that he is somewhat socially awkward, and
Lord have mercy. She just realized that he is somewhat socially awkward. Maybe the bitch ain't lying. Maybe she really didn't watch the show. You just not realizing that he is somewhat socially awkward. Ever since I've watched him on this day, and I watched from day one, he's been socially awkward. I like Dr. G, but yes, ma'am, he is socially awkward. You just realized it. Oh my God. You just now realized he was socially awkward. Girl, get out of here. Oh my God. Maybe the bitch ain't lying. Maybe she didn't watch the show. Oh my goodness. Wow. Just wow.
that I noticed. He's just awkward. He has a high IQ, but that social cue.
No. Okay. We know that there are a lot of edits, right? And you've said that on many interviews, and we know that for the content creators that are in here, the people that are in here, we are very more, we could produce a show, I think, ourselves at this point. But the Jackie situation, right?
Yeah.
What was there an apology, edited out, a real apology without a conjunction?
She did apologize, and she's like, she never meant to hurt women, and she realized what she said was wrong.
Oh my God. Here we go. We got to give Dr. Jackie a pass because she Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie has been like an elitist ever since this show started. Dr. Jackie ain't just got to saying stupid shit. Dr. Jackie has not just started you know what I'm saying? She ain't just started doing this stuff. Then she say all the stuff that she really mean, don't want to stand on it. If you said it, you said it, baby. Just like that lady that was, I don't know what season that was. Pretty lady, beautiful girl. She come up to tell her that she, is a beauty pageant star or whatever. Dr. Jackie talking about, well, are you aware of high blood pressure and diabetes and all that stuff? When everybody ain't got to be a size 2, bitch. You look hungry. You look hungry. And I don't give a damn care to say, man, okay. Like I said, Dr. Jackie says some crazy stuff. She is an elitist. I have respect for Dr. Jackie solely because she is an African-American successful doctor. But Dr. Jackie be saying some crazy stuff to people, and then when people call her on her bullshit, and she upset because she catching a backlash or whatever, everybody got to go to comfort her. Bitch, if you said it, stand on it. Stand on it. Dr. Jackie, you need to go to Queen Sheba Sardis. I said what I said. That's what she need to do. I mean, bitch, if you said it, you said it. Stand on it. That's the way you feel. You feel like black women are drama queens. Bitch, you said it. Shit, you feel like all of us should be a size 2. Yeah, I guess you feel like all of us should, let our husband go to wherever, talking about they working and stuff. I bet you he is working, honey. But that's your problem, Jackie, not mine.
Never meant to hurt anybody.
But it also looked like the way it was edited, it came back as if she was the victim. You know what I'm saying? It like in my mind, I would have said something like, I was talking frivolous. I was on the dentist podcast. I mean, YouTube, and I never should have trusted her to be on it.
Exactly, Millichun. Exactly. Own it. Own what you say.
This just kind of got herself out of it. Because Jackie said something. She said, oh, no, Jackie, that's not me.
Right.
She got herself out of it. But then Jackie kept going. Right? And it was like she was just going down a hill, and she said, oh, they need to call people. They need to not want to be lazy. They don't want to stay at home. They should want to get excuses. And then we get here where, we had the typed up apology. Then we had the one that she read online. And then we get here, and it should just be something like, I should not have said that. I misspoke.
She definitely said that. A lot of things were, and that's what sucks. A lot of things get edited out, and the production does what they want to do. Mm-hmm. She definitely did say that.
Girl, I know that. I don't get that part. Because Dr. Jackie, Dr. Jackie and Heavenly couldn't stand each other. I don't understand. I mean, maybe over the years, like they just developed a deeper relationship. Maybe she see a side of Jackie that we don't see. But Dr. Jackie is very much an elitist. And I don't see her really liking Heavenly or being Heavenly's friend, where she would have her at social gatherings, like around her professional people, because we all know, Heavenly guy is ratchet, And I don't understand their friendship, because Dr. Jackie is an elitist and Dr. Heavenly is, like me, ratchet.
You weren't educating her. You could have took the time to educate her about that situation. You could have explained what infertility was. You could have told her what endometriosis was, because it's not something that I lied about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's something, the only way to properly to diagnose someone with endometriosis is laparoscopic surgery. And that's why I was sent to a specialist, and they reviewed my emergency room records when I went to the emergency room a couple weeks prior. And they said, hey, this is what this looks like. And we're pretty sure, since we look at these things every day, this is endometriosis. And I just told her I was kind of hurt by that. And she said she wasn't privy to that information. And she felt like it wasn't her place to do that, because I was Simone's patient.
Okay. Now, see, right there. Dr. Jackie. Now, okay, yeah. She felt like she might have been overstepping her boundaries, being that Sweet Tea is Dr. Simone's patient, whatever, whatnot. However, she done disclosed to you, you sought her out for the show for whatever wicked reason y'all did, or whatever. She done disclosed like her stuff about her not being able to get pregnant, whatnot, just on GP for a woman. As a woman, why wouldn't you have given her like that information? You know what I'm saying? Their desire, Dr. G and her desire to have a child. Even if she is Simone. I mean, you could have given the information to Simone. I mean, you and Simone, I thought y'all were in the same field of medicine and, whatever. I don't know why she didn't disclose that information to you or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't want to overstep your boundaries and give the information directly to Sweet Tea, why didn't you give it to Dr. Simone or have Simone suggest whatever it is, that Sweet Pea just said? Lord, Sweet Pea, Sweet Tea, whatever. You see what I'm saying? But Dr. Jackie, that's her. That's what I don't like about her. She and Judge Joe Brown, them two people right there. I still say Sweet Tea knew about her. I can believe that. I can believe it. You know what I'm saying? And that's cheating. Cause she know that man wants a baby. He wants a child. Rightfully so. I mean, he wants a child. And she may have known that she, had fertility problems. Maybe I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know what she was thinking. But like I said, the Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie both dropped the ball with it because they know it was further information they could have given that girl or whatever. I don't know. I just pray these two, this new couple, they really want a baby, and I'm praying that God blesses them to have a baby, or babies, whatever.
And I disagreed with that because I just kind of felt like, regardless, it doesn't take me to be Simone. I don't have to be Jackie's patient for her to advocate for me.
Right.
We advocate every time we step out that door. As like with women, and I'm an advocate for military people, women in military, veterans. I'm an advocate.
And see, that's another thing.
So, I think maybe
prosperity. Why I feel like you right. That Sweet Tea may have known that she, couldn't conceive because she said she was in the military. And baby, if you know the military, you know that they do extensive physicals. Like they know everything about you or whatever. So, that kind of makes sense that she knew, that there was a rare chance of her, conceiving. I don't know. But I do know that the military checks you from the rooty to the tootie. They do all kinds of blood work, everything. You know what I'm saying? They tell you everything about yourself. I know that. So, yeah, I'm kind of with you on this, sis. I believe like she probably knew or whatever. Maybe she knew and was thinking that, hey, maybe it'll work for him. Maybe she felt like, Dr. G would be the one to lay it off in there and, get them. Whatever. Let's get back.
Whatever they were trying to edit, I mean, maybe that's just they didn't want to put it in there. But I just had to be honest, and I couldn't sit there because I'm not one to sit there and just lie. Okay, like I can't.
Yeah.
So, but I think that she took what I said, and I think that she understood where I was coming from. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. This is my last big question, and then we'll go to the comments and ask questions. So y'all get your questions together. So we cannot not ask this. So the dentist and Carlos and their messy Mondays, right? Allegedly, the dentist has been silenced by Bravo or Andy or whomever when she says she's going to go on Patreon. As a woman who has fertility problems, I do have a daughter, but I had problems. I was offended by what. And then the dentist, what she had said about your husband. The allegation that she had said about your husband.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how to ask you that question. I'm gonna just let you speak to it, and I just apologize for that because I was as offended as any woman who watches his shows who has had problems conceiving.
Right.
And for someone who could never conceive, it just blows my mind. So I'm gonna just go back and let you.
So with the comment that he made, like, I stopped watching them a long time ago because I was like, you know what, these people are cartoonists, they're cow and chicken. I'm not looking at like I move from that. I don't need that negativity in my life. And all this is unwarranted. Like, I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him. She's been blocked on my phone since October. So it's just like, when he said that, this is prior to all the stuff that I had actually came out and said recently about the Carlos thing. But I was shocked that he would even say that. I'm like, why is this all this smoke coming towards me?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that you was everybody's storyline. Because even on YouTube, it was always sweet tea.
To me, it was just like a bash me thing, and it was just like all for no reason. And back in October, right before I blocked her, I stated to her I didn't like the narrative that she was painting of me, and I'm like, I haven't even had a chance to come out with my story yet. We haven't aired the show, and you're already like just telling your own story because you have more fans or whatever. You haven't even gave me a chance. And she's like, well, if you can't handle it, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm sorry, when the tables turn, when I say anything that has to do with you and yours, it's a problem. You spin it out of control. So I just think that's like hypocritical. You can miss me with the selective outrage because all of a sudden I felt like it was she stated something. Remember we got in that internet brawl when I said your mom was there in hell. Yeah. But like right before she had told me, Toya already had said something to her about her mama, like, we don't care about your mama dying. It was something she said that was during the hoedown. And she wasn't getting upset about it. But now you trying to use this because I said your mama there, but you've been talking cash money shit on the channel for months. So it's just like, miss me with the selective outrage because you wasn't that mad when Toya did it. Now all of a sudden you feel like you need to pick on me, and I'm just not the one who, and you're gonna find out. Because when you look what's going on with you, so she gotta stop that. Like I just feel like all this for a storyline, so you can avoid talking about your relationship. I just say it's crazy to me. And if you don't want to talk about your relationship, then you need to go there. If you don't, that's the whole point of it. So don't try to ride my hotel. You need to tell your stuff. Because clearly the reason why she don't want to tell her stuff is because she got so much she hides with it. And I just, to me, what you're not gonna do is ride my coattails. That's what you're not gonna do. And I don't like that. So it's just, I've been doing a lot of shady stuff, and then after the whole pedophile thing, like, girl, first of all, I addressed you, and finally, I addressed you about the gala. I think I was on the Bravo Sham or reality TV, something on Instagram. I commented because I saw upcoming episode. That's why she didn't riot. Exactly. On mental health that night, and I had my friends there, and we have real medical professionals here, right? So I felt like it was just tacky for her to announce that over the mic. Gregory had just he started talking about mental health and the resources that we lack here in the community and stuff like that. And I'm trying to start a nonprofit. I'm really trying to do things for my husband's practice. And here you are announcing on the mic talking about, well, she Toya impact, like that's not what we're here to do. Like, that's that behind closed doors. But don't come up in here when we got all the nice furniture and the plastic on the sofa and you bringing all that mess in there. I'm trying to, I'm trying to do things here. I'm networking. And you messing me up because this is a bit put on by all the ladies of Marriage to Medicine. So my name on this too. So I do have a problem with you yelling it out right now because I understand. I felt like Toya was wrong. She should have paid $1,000, but that's not the point. It's just that we can address that behind closed doors, but not information everybody.
I do too. I thought that was the tackiest thing in the whole wide world, and I still cannot believe how she has patience. It just baffles me. But let's get to, this is the first question right here because I have somebody, I was talking about you the other day, and I was like, she's really good for the show because we need a younger something.
Now, what I do like about Sweet Tea, is that she stands up for herself. Now, I do like that about her. I still feel like she's gonna have to figure out certain girls on this cast in due time. And if they turn out to be good friends to her, hey, kudos. But like I said, to me and in my opinion, Toya ass ain't no friend to nobody. I mean, that's just my opinion. But it is what it is. Simone either. They always try to make like, it's just Dr. Heavenly. But Dr. Heavenly is just loud, out in the open, and obnoxious. I'd rather know who somebody is, let them be upfront with it, than people like Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, or whatever, who tend to start the mess behind the scenes, throw out how they hand. I don't like that type of shit. And that's just my opinion. And opinions like assholes. Everybody got one.
I think we get caught up in what we are first introduced to. And sometimes it's hard for us to express something new. And I thought you were perfect. And I love Dr. Alicia. And I really want her to be more vocal. And you and her really turn this thing around.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be cool for me and Alicia to work together and really turn the thing out. And, bring some youthfulness and fun. Like, I was thinking to myself, I did an interview earlier, and I was saying, I just like to have fun. I have a personality that I like to joke all the time, and all the people, you can't take me that seriously, but I'm not gonna joke about any medical condition. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to have fun. And I'll make little jokes here and there, but for example, when we were riding out and we were in Napa on the Tut Tut tour, and I was with the dentist and Jackie, and we were just kicking it and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, it's a jacuzzi board. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to lighten up the mood because I was bored. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just bored, and I was like, a jacuzzi board. I'm like, okay, you know what you like, and let's make little vagina, like the pepperonis out of vagina. I was just being silly, like just trying to lighten up the mood. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to turn it up, like I'm trying to have a good time.
Yeah. So, Sweet Tea, oh baby, yeah, you like to laugh and have fun and be silly and stuff, but baby, you can't do that with Dr. Jackie, because Dr. Jackie is an elitist. She feels like everybody has to act like a damn stick in the mud, like her ass. You cannot be your self with Dr. Jackie. You have to be like a stick in the mud, like Dr. Jackie. You know what I'm saying? Like, she isn't playful. She, believes everybody has to be all uptight and, all prim and proper all the time, just like her ass. She. And how has that worked for you, ma'am? I wonder if them girls that Curtis was messing around with, if they all like a stick in the mud. I bet you they not. But you can't be yourself around Dr. Jackie, Sweet Tea. Sorry for you, baby. You can't play no games like you talking about with the charcuterie board and all that stuff. She just not that person. And it might have something to do with her being, her 70s. I mean 60s, late 60s and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even believe it's that, because I have a lot of older aunts and stuff or whatever. They laugh and kick it and, shoot the shit and everything. It's just Dr. Jackie with that elitist attitude. She don't know how to just let her guard down and be free. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's just my thoughts. But we're going to get back to this amazing interview by Millichun TV with Sweet Tea, who is the new wife of Dr. Gregory Lunsford. from Married to Medicine.
And everything ain't got to be so serious. And then, like, if we're going to be serious, let's remember that we're doctors, you know, and doctors' wives. Let's not make fun of somebody's medical condition.
Exactly. it is a piece of professionalism that you can have when you're outside, when you have company around. You know, because I feel like the conversation about toying $1,000, that definitely could have been y'all sitting on somebody's patio. Definitely. But not in front of company.
Right. And that's what because like some of the things I want to do is I want to do, like, I have a nonprofit, and I would like to do golf tournaments and all that, and raise money to provide resources into the medical community, because we lack that in the hospitals and stuff. And a lot of family members deal with grown adult children that have mental health issues, and they don't know how to go about it. There's no resources out there for it. So when Gregory was speaking, I took that seriously, and we had real medical professionals around. I felt like, okay, like, these are people I can network with, and we can, rub shoulders, and I can use them later on, and to be a part of the event. And I just felt like that was ghetto, but I felt like for her to spin out of control, and then all of a sudden now you saying that my husband is all these things, and I'm like, but he wasn't all those things, and that's why I posted those messages. He wasn't all those things, but when you try to get me on the show, he was none of that. And keep in mind, your husband is still referring patients over there. So, like, stop with that narrative. And then the apology that we got, that was trash. Like, it was not even an apology. So it's just like she's telling on herself. And I just say, you know what, God, let me step back and let you do the work, because you know what you're doing.
Right. Do you, okay, how truthful are you and the dentist when y'all kind of going back and forth a little bit? Because I feel like sometimes you could, I don't know, I'm asking, because you could say some things just to get under her skin, because she's talking now like, don't let.
Hey, Kiana, thank you for being here.
She just is talking. She don't know the things that I told her. She's already blasted out, like, on Watch What Happens Live or whatever. And then, like, she twisted, and she's saying I'm down in her businesses. But my thing is, if I pay my money for your business and I'm trying to take you seriously, and then all of a sudden you using your business and lying on me, stating that my husband was yelling at me while I was logged on to your university during the session, which was not true. And now, like, that's when I have a problem. I feel like now I got a right to speak on my experience, because this is your business, and you're sabotaging your own business. Because now, if you're making up lies on me, now I have a right to speak about my experience with your business. So it's like, you can't get mad because you've used your own business as a pawn, as a joke or whatever, and lie and put these things on people that you so-called care about, that you say that you care about everybody and all this. And it's just like, you only have loyalty to just Jackie. What the fuck is you here for? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you only have loyalty to her.
Thank you, Kiana.
Nobody cares for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, only have her.
I just feel like it's a lot. It gets real disrespectful, and it doesn't have to be disrespectful.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. And I'm like, I mean, are we? And my thing is, I'm like, I'm really trying to evaluate other reality shows. I'm like, are we competing with, like, some of these other shows, like Baddies or something like that? Those type of shows?
No, not Baddies.
Like. I'm wondering, because I'm like, do we have to have this level of messiness to make a great show? That's what I am concerned about, because, like, all of this is just unwarranted. And she's like, I'm going to tell the truth on y'all. Like, girl, you have no.
Yeah, Sweet Tea is just giving a rundown of, like, her and Dr. Heavenly. And again, while I do like Dr. Heavenly, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Dr. Heavenly was out of line, especially if you scouted this girl to come on this show and she confided in you personal things that she had going on, especially with the fertility thing, and you disclosed it and it made light of it or whatever. Bitch, you wrong as fuck. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was like, I hate that, they bringing Dr. Daddy into it. But I mean, if you do that to somebody or whatever, you kind of just leave yourself open for it, whatever. Like, man, Sweet Tea kind of better than me. She just went for your husband, because if you did me some dirty shit like that, baby, ain't no telling what I do or say. Like, I don't have no chill when you come for me. I don't care. Like, they be like, oh my God, can you believe shit? Yes, I said it. And I stand on it. So Sweet Tea is basically just, giving a rundown of how she feels about Dr. Heavenly and the things she's done to her. She also went into giving like why she kind of went in on Dr. Heavenly practice, because she was going out and Dr. Gregory was clowning her about being in some session or something at her, university. I'm not sure. But Dr. Heavenly is and was very much wrong. So whatever Sweet Tea did or said or whatever, in my opinion, and the hood opinion, is warranted.
You been blocked. You ain't got no truth to tell. You just have to make up everything, and that's why I have a right to say. I have a right to state how my experience was at Emory University, because you lied on me, and then you paying people. I'm here. You paying people to co-sign your BS, and you bringing your business in it. So I just think that's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not smart. You can't call me slow, retarded, and all these things, and be disrespectful to me. And then, like, whenever I clap back and I put you back in your place, then you mad and you spiral out of control. And the minute I mention your husband, because I'm not lying. I'm not gonna tell any lies on anybody. But the minute I mention something that you told me, like the frying pan incident, they edit that out for whatever reason. But she told me that, so that's why she was looking shocked. Like, girl, yeah, you told me that. Remember? And that's why she was like, "Oh, I figure behind it wrong." Like, I don't need that.
No, Dr. Daddy, you about to get hit with the frying pan, baby. You must have stayed out all night long. If she put that frying pan on you, baby, that's when you gonna stay out all night long, baby.
In the same profession, but I don't work with her. I won't work with her. That's why we're friends.
Right.
I can see that going bad.
Yeah, and that's smart not to do that. Like, I would not admit, like, so I love some of the ladies, but I don't think I would ever mix my business with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll support everybody in their businesses, but I just think, I ain't working for nobody. We peers, and we need to keep it that way.
Right. Well, let me ask you about this. How is your journey at this point? I know people always ask you that, but there's a lot of women who have gone through what you've gone through, and there's a lot of women who have dealt with fertility, infertility, and all that. But how are you today in that aspect?
We're still currently trying. I had my surgery back in August, and everything went well. I had to take a few months, at least 3 months, to heal completely. So they recommended putting me on birth control. So I got on birth control back in the end of October. So now we've been like actively trying, but also I have been getting ready for the reunion, working, and it's just been taking some time. I just recently found out that the VA actually will pay for IVF.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think most of these places, they won't allow me to come in for treatments until after
I absolutely am so glad to hear that the VA will pay for like IVF for them. I pray that God blesses Sweet Tea and Dr. G with a healthy, beautiful baby, because they actually want kids. I know people that you can they get pregnant at the drop of a hair or whatever and don't need no kids, but these two people actually want kids, and I pray that God blesses them to be able to have a child or children. I'm hoping it's twins, one and done. But yeah, I'm glad to hear about that. Um, that's not the whole interview of Millichun. However, that's the majority of it. She basically went over like some questions that the comment section had for Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea did give some insight into what she'll do differently next season going forward, as far as dealing with the ladies, and all that. That was a great, great, great interview. I did tell you all that I was going to recap the Carlos King interview with Dr. Eugene and Dr. Cecil Whitaker. However, I don't think that I'm gonna try to cover that today. I'll probably come back tomorrow and we'll go over it. I do want to move on to Mrs. Mayor Mayor Tiffany Henyard of Dolton, Illinois. Now, I first got a whiff of this story on my good sis Prosperity Thick Girl 40's channel. She, brought this to the forefront, and after I was listening to it and everything, I was so intrigued that I had to look this helpful up. When I tell you, baby, corrupt is an understatement. A lot of well-known bloggers have been covering the story. What is his name? Hannibal is Hungry has covered the story and is covering the story. Also Anton Daniels, he has been covering the story. Shawana Burns has been covering the story, and they've also interviewed like some of the trustees of Dolton. It looks like Mrs. Tiffany Henyard, who is the mayor of Dolton, Illinois, is Lord have mercy, is absolutely positively corrupt. She has been misappropriating funds. She has been just running amok in the palace. I went back and watched like I don't know how many videos, because the Dolton trustees do have a YouTube page where that they post like their board meetings. The way that this lady go in that board meeting with that goddamn wig that looked like it'll had some good days and it decline wig. The way that she talks to those people, many of whom seem to be old enough to be her mama, is absolutely ridiculous. The way that she allows her henchmen, and this sister so doggone corrupt, police as her personal detail, allegedly. Eileen said on this channel I used at the 1976. She has the Dolton police as her personal detail. She has built a ice skating rink off the taxpayers' dollars and named the ice skating rink Just Ice. And I just found out that her daughter's name is Justice. So this woman this woman has also, has taken it upon herself to open the ice skating rink off the backs of the taxpayers of Dolton and named the ice skating rink after her daughter. I ain't even making this shit up. I'm not. Dolton Trustees does have a page on YouTube where they have several videos of their board meetings. Again, several content creators, including my good sis, Prosperity Thick Girl 40, Anton Daniels, Hannibal is Hungry, Shawana Burns. They all have been covering the story. And it's absolutely unbelievable. It's absolutely sad and pathetic. And I'm absolutely disgusted in her. Because we're coming out the hill of Black History Month. Now, if everybody know that they don't even want us to have a seat at the table, it's when it comes to politics or anything else. And for this bitch to be blessed enough to get put in office, then get your black ass in office and decide that you're going to act a complete and utter fool, baby, I'm disgusted with her. I do not give a damn. I don't stand by it. I'm not standing up for her. And I believe she need to go to jail. She need to go to jail. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. The way that you got your ass in office, spending money like it's yours. You gonna make it hard for the next one of us to be elected that actually care for the people. The disrespect this woman have out of her mouth, her whole demeanor irks me. She even went, she also did like 2 interviews, one of them being with Angela Yee, and another with Roland Martin. And if y'all know Roland Martin, you know that Roland Martin is usually very thorough with the people that he interviews. However, the interview that he did with her was like, I don't know, like, I just can't believe it. Like, because he usually he's already privy to everything about like his guests. And he has questions, hard questions. He didn't in this interview. However, right after that interview, I guess he did some research or was sent some things. He found out that he got lied to. Now he got questions. Yeah, Prosperity, you absolutely right. I'm tired of her with that too. You talking about you? She keep using that black woman card. No, ma'am. We're gonna cut that shit short. You can't use the black woman card, honey, because you over there fucking over black people. You want the black people to have sympathy for you, but you over there robbing black people. Girl, get your whole fucking life and get your... You spending millions of dollars. You over there spending millions of dollars, but you that wig on the top of your head look like it's about to crawl off. I swear. That wig on the top of her head look like it's about to grow legs and crawl off. You spending money on Tahoe, the new Durango, all that shit, ice skating rinks. This girl is so corrupt that allegedly, there also was an interview with Hannibal is Hungry and one of the ex-trustees. This lady said out of her own mouth that Tiffany Henyard had her house shot up. I ain't making this stuff up. All you gotta do is go on Hannibal is Hungry's YouTube page. The interview is still there with that ex-trustee, and you can hear for yourself. And I absolutely believe it. I actually watched a late night podcast last night that Trustee Belcher was on. And I asked in the comments if Trustee Belcher and any of the trustees felt like that they, were in danger. Because allegedly, and in my opinion, this girl is dangerous. She got the police, they more corrupt than her ass. This girl over there, married boyfriend, parading his goddamn ass around. her married boyfriend, parading him around town, he on payroll, all that type of stuff. I'm not standing with you. I'm not standing behind you. None of that. When we get in office, we should take that stuff seriously because there is already not a seat at the table for us as Black people. So you take your raggedy Black ass over there when these good Black people don't believe in your damn criminal ass, ma'am. You got your ass at the table and decided, hell, you was gonna go and fuck it up. No, ma'am. You need your ass whipped. You going to jail. You going to jail. And I don't want to hear nobody singing, marching, nothing, because everything you need to go to jail. This is absolutely ridiculous. Crooked as hell. Dirty as hell. Trifling as hell. Then you allow your henchmen that's on in the board men to go at elderly women. Man, ooh-wee. Ain't no way. Ain't no way that could be my mama, period. If that was my mama, that dude with them dreads talked about like that, baby, I promise you. Baby, that's a charge I take by mine. I don't play not even a little bit by my mama. Lord bless the dead. That could be that could be a woman in the community that I look up to. Because this makes no sense. How you gonna sit up and talk to this woman? You know what I'm saying? This older woman in the manner that you did. And she sitting her ass back up there as the mayor and town administrator, looking like the Grinch that stole Christmas and the damn. And to me, my good sis Prosperity said the Grinch. I say that bitch look like the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. I don't give a fuck. That's what she look like to me. That wig is tied. She is tied. Allegedly, in my opinion, the way that girl done ran through that money, it gives very much Potterhead vibes. It gives very much Potterhead vibes. Cause everybody know that cocaine. Oh my God, my bad. That powder, that's a rich man drug. For that girl to go through that much money in that amount of time, baby, I'm telling you. That's what that's about. Allegedly, and in my opinion. That girl is dirty as hell.
Know that she likes pre-approved questions. I know that she fears the media. That being said, I already know that, he had an agreement, right? So agreement aside, he has an obligation, right? He has an obligation as a journalist to do the right thing. You also, you have a charity that from the Attorney General's office is
yes.
CC Millichun to your foundation. I don't know nothing about that.
Roland asked this woman if she had a charity, right, in her name. She sat there with a clear face and said that she did not. Then we find out she did, in fact, she admits by her own admission that she does, in fact, have a charity in her name. Was bragging about it.
Directions and stuff like that. But I think now it's hard to.
It's absolutely crazy. And then I wonder if like people like this think that they are going, first of all, I don't understand how you thought that you was gonna get away with this. You are not Trump, honey. You not finna get away with this shit. The only reason they ain't been in there on your ass is because it's a predominantly black town. Huh? They coming though. They are gonna get your ass. You going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail. So out there parading somebody's husband around like that's cute. As the mayor. And you a mama. You got a married boyfriend, and you on the holding a press conference talking about he has been like a father to my daughter. So you mean tell me you gonna tell the girl, yeah, he got a wife, but you know he your daddy. You know what I'm saying? He live with us. He got a wife. He live with us, and he like your daddy. Girl, bye. You ratchet as hell. I'm so serious, and your ass need to be stopped. The patience that them trustees got with her, baby, I'm telling you, they gotta have some Jesus in them. Cause ain't no way. Baby, I'd have beat that girl ass so bad. I promise you. Talking to me out the side of your neck the way she do them, ain't no way. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience for it. I absolutely do not. Locking the trustees out of their offices and then telling them they cannot have meetings to discuss the town's business anywhere but at the city hall. You locked them out, ma'am. You locked them out. And the way that these citizens of Dolton went to their meetings, honey, and told her up, like they told her up. Do you hear me? The citizens went in there and went in on her.
When it clearly wasn't handled. So when you be careful, there's life after this girl, and you have to move up.
My story through fall and with the pain and struggle is a testament of resilience and unwavering determination to fight for what is right, and let us stand united in the pursuit of justice, ensuring that our voices are heard and the struggles are acknowledged. And thank you for standing by me in this journey. Together, we will reclaim our city and pave the way for a brighter, more incredible future. Tiffany, you do not stand for my kid, and you do not stand for me. I helped you in this fight. You lied. You lied to us as residents. You do not stand for me. And I want you to step down as mayor today and save our village from this deficit that you have.
Done. She ain't got no mental illness. That's that powder, allegedly, and in my opinion, ain't no wrong with that bitch mental. It's something wrong with her. She is. If you wanna ride the white horse, that's her. I'm telling you, that girl on that powder. That's what's wrong with her, allegedly, and in my opinion, coming from an ex, you know what, street pharmacist, I'm telling you, I done seen them. I know how they act. That girl blowing through that money, or whatever hell she might be splurging, buying Tahoe for a married boyfriend, and the goon squad and stuff like that. Well, but baby, I'm telling you, the way that girl act, I'm telling y'all, you watch what I tell you. I guarantee you they drug test that bitch, she dirty.
Time out. Time is up. Next. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot disrupt the meeting. If the meeting is disrupted, we will disperse the meeting.
Excuse me 1 second. Again, the sound is not working for the residents that are watching online.
The sound is working.
Well, they say it's not working.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, my name is Reed Harvey. I'm a longtime resident My name is Reed Harvey. I'm a longtime resident since 1986. My question is, what was the financial status when Tiffany Henyard was elected? What has your administration done or accomplished?
All right, y'all. I put the link in the chat. If you want to come up, you can. After this, we have one more topic that I want to discuss, and then we are going to be out of here.
Something like this does not happen overnight. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, but if any provide not for his own is what he has authority, influence over, which is as the village administrator, and especially for those of his own house. He hath denied the faith because he calls himself a man of God, and is worse than an infidel. Worse than an infidel. There was a meeting.
And she know what an infidel is, because baby,
A secret squirrel meeting.
She is an infidel.
But essentially, one other thing that I might just point out, and I didn't have time, shame on me for not researching it enough, but there was something called the Shackman Decree. And so I'm querying that perhaps the board might consider whether or not there can be some kind of home ruling so that the political patronage and hiring people that are cronies, that walk on eggshells and can't really do and discharge their duties for fear of recrimination, fear of losing their job, or perhaps even personal attack. Thank you.
She came in one of them town hall meetings, just like Nino Brown from New Jack City. And that is exactly how she trying to run that town. I'm not even making this stuff up. She came in the town hall meeting like she was Nino Brown from New Jack City. Had a DJ there and everything. Not on her. I'm talking about came up in there playing that song, bitch, better have my money. Every single resident, pay me what you owe me. Boy, I ain't making this stuff up. This happened. Look it up for yourself. Share this story. Them people in Dolton need some help. I don't know why the Attorney General ain't done been in there. I'm so serious. But again, it's a predominantly black town. But she is going to go to jail. She's going to jail for a long time. She can bet her bottom dollar on that.
Good evening, residents. Edward Steve, Mayor, Board of Trustees, Department Heads. It's been real hectic in the village of Dolton media-wise. I want to start out by saying self-accountability is a bad thing in this administration. The mayor can blame everybody for what's going on, but she has to look at herself. Nobody told her to get on TV and lie like that. Blatant lies. Did you spend this on a credit card? No, sir. I don't know where they got that from. That's unexcusable. These are easily verifiable lies. That's unacceptable. That immediate attention didn't get kicked up until them lies came out on WGN. Nobody was really paying attention for checking for something like that until then. Also, the financial reports. Who's the finance chair? Stan Brown. Does Stan know anything about the finances? Can he answer any questions? The trustees don't have the credit card receipts, the mayor's village reports and financial reports. Does Stan have it? Because the rest of the trustees don't have it. And she's going to say everybody's lying. They do have it. The attorney general is asking for credit card receipts. I guess the attorney general was lying too. So this is where we're at in the village. It's self-accountability, and the mayor can blame everybody. I know she wants to say I'm a black woman, and it's because I'm a woman. You know how many women that she's affecting?
Exactly. It's because I'm a black woman. It's because I'm a black bitch. You over there fucking over black people. You fucking over your own folks. See, that's that shit I don't like. Then you got people out here that's really going up for this lady, talking about that she may have did some things wrong, but she went wrong about everything. How the hell was she not? Yeah, if you know me, you know I'm all about supporting black queens and kings. In the same breath, we should hold each other accountable for wrong. She is absolutely wrong. She is hurting her own people. People that voted her in office and trusted her. They look beyond her being a car burglar and still elected her to office, only for her to get her ugly ass. And yes, I said it. I don't give a damn. Who gonna pop me? She only for her to get her ugly ass in office and spend the taxpayers' money to live a lavish lifestyle. See, that's why you can't always put people in a position when they ain't never had shit. See, she came from not ever having shit. And here she go. Hey, Braylon.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. And here she is with her ugly ass, as I said before, elected to office. Yet she gets in there, she wants to throw out the I'm a black woman card. You are messing over your own people. Not to say that it'd be okay if she messed over somebody else, because that's not okay either. These people trusted you. Look beyond you being a car burglar and a hood rat. Still put you in office, elected you in office, and then you get your ass in office, and this is what you do. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are out of line. You are out of line. You are out of line. And no wrong deed goes unpunished. It is what it is.
Yeah, I have
All right. We got Mr. Braylon Lee up here.
Hey, everybody.
So, Braylon, sound off. You got the floor, baby.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the story that you just talked about, I'm like, listen, if your city has looked past you and still loves you, you should do right by them. I mean, that's just common sense. And with everything going on in the world, I truly feel that common sense is not common sense isn't really lost. I don't think it's lost, rather I don't think it's just cared for anymore. I really believe that. You know what I mean? It's Clearly. It's almost like you being in a room, or you being like the new black employee, and it's like y'all two get along, and it's like, wait a minute, so you think these people just as crazy as I do? Why do you think I'm talking to you? Oh my God, we shall never part. Like, there's moments of where common sense is celebrated, but it's few and far in between. When it comes to Millichun and Sweet Tea, first of all, Millichun's a great content creator. I'm just gonna say that right off the jump.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And to the credit of Millichun, I saw Kenya Moore showcase her hair spa, the updates on it. And, honestly, tell you the truth, if I was Millichun, and this is just a pro tip, if I was Millichun, I would actually go to the grand opening of the hair spa and give a genuine review. And guess what? If the genuine review works
Yeah.
out well, and guess what? Kenya sees that actually will grow her channel. Because see, here's the thing, right? I think a lot of times when it comes to content creators, especially of reality TV, you have to be careful of not being so far in to the show where you want to be a part of the reality. And I think with that being said, with Married to Medicine, I think that with Sweet Tea, she probably is the first cast member that people have been able to interview on a easily in an easy space to interview her. Because if you talk to Dr. Jackie, if you talk to Dr. Heavenly, if you talk to Dr. Simone, these are doctors with an elevated mindset, and you're gonna feel slow talking to them. But with Sweet Tea, she has a relatability where she's just an everyday person. So to me, I think Sweet Tea has actually helped Married to Medicine, because if let's just say Brainley's virtual tour live,
I do too.
Yeah,
She definitely is. Yeah, she's definitely more down to earth than the rest of the cast, and I hope she stays like that. Um, I think that she brings a better dynamic to Married to Medicine. Like, I like the fact that she speaks up for herself. But I do feel as though, like, when it comes to her husband, and we all saw when Quiet walked in that party how speechless and breathtaking he was by Quiet. I would, just look at that, deal with him with that, and what I'm saying, the statement that he's gonna make, tomorrow on the part 2 of the reunion.
yes,
In reference to Phaedra. Like, he kind of like disrespects her without disrespecting her.
yeah, that
You
really
know what I
was
mean?
out the line. That really was out the way to say, well, if you would have gave me the money, we could have been here today. I don't know. To say that
Yeah.
to your wife on national television is quite frankly out of line.
Exactly.
Because you married her for her allegedly, and
Mm-hmm.
so on that alone, that should be commended. And like I was saying before, Brainley's virtual tour live became an actual show on Nubian TV or Hulu or whatever, and they say I'm interviewing Dr. Jackie. I would feel like a dumb actual social self hole, or an
Yeah.
ass of wait, so I'm interviewing a doctor. But Bray, you can bring the humanity out of anybody, celebrity, everyday person. You got this. They're OGBYN. Do you not know how much do you know how many years you gotta go to be that smart? I'm gonna be a dumbass. I'm not gonna know what to
Right.
ask her. But
Mm-hmm.
if I'm talking to Sweet Tea, oh, I'll just see y'all at 6 o'clock Eastern live on Hulu. This is gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And I think people got to understand that within reality TV, just like the world, it takes many people in the world to make the world go around. Just like in reality TV, it takes many people to make the reality real. So I hope that she stays on, and if the
Right.
if they know what's good for them and they
Mm-hmm.
work with her and not against her, maybe the show would actually be more watched because there's a human element to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope, like, they keep the earth authentic self, because I have seen people that came on this show, uh, that came on, kind of down to earth, and like everyday people, and then they change. So if she stays like her true authentic self, I think she'll be fine on there. You know.
Oh, for sure. And then I think the last thing was, Eugene and Cecil. I look at it like
Yeah,
this, you
I
know.
said that I was gonna I didn't actually get to speak or go over that interview. Um I'm gonna really dig into it tomorrow or whatever. It was actually a good interview, even if it did come from Carlos King. But I
Right.
did, enjoy it. I always like to get I always like to hear like the male perspective of things.
Oh,
That's
sure,
just me.
absolutely.
And
And I yes.
uh like Dr. Eugene and Dr. Cecil, I like them. Dr. Daddy is my favorite on Married to Medicine, but I did enjoy like them, hearing their perspectives on different things on the show. And I will say I love the way that Dr. Eugene loves his wife. I really do.
Yeah,
He loves Toya. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and honestly, tell you the truth, and I haven't watched the interview either, but I will say this about these two in particular. These two men are the type of men that I was raised with in my community and in
Mm-hmm.
my family. They
Yeah.
are quiet, but they
Yeah.
carry a big stick. With Cecil, and I'm speaking on Cecil throughout the season that we've seen. Cecil is a big believer in letting the sons kind of grow into their own and not being so tight with a
Mm-hmm.
plan. And I
Right.
can understand Dr. Simone of how I had to do it, so y'all have to do it, and you don't want your kids to be dependent on you.
Mm-hmm.
But also too, if you don't
Right.
allow them to grow, then they will also come back to you. So I appreciate Cecil for being that low key, cool place to fall for Dr. Simone, because even though Dr. Simone may not like that, she probably knows that Cecil is her partner, that she needs somebody
Right.
cool because she's hot. And then with Dr. Eugene, the fact that he is able to have 12-hour days and to be this humble of being a doctor and to love all his kids and to still have this personality after working 12 hours a day. He a legend in my book.
Right.
And I know there was a point in time or a contention point with Toya, not being grateful. And listen, to use the words of Phaedra Parks, there are so many wonderful people on there. Swamp Talk with LouisianaChick318. There is a dentist, there is an OGBYN, and there is a tennis expert. So, just and this is the thing too. I was just talking to a good friend of mine about this, is that if you want your life to be your life, you have to appreciate the resources that allow you to have that life.
Right.
So if it's getting too much for 12 hours, then guess what? Either you gonna go or he gonna go. Because that's what he does. He ain't changing that.
Right.
That's just like me in media. I'm sorry that I got 12-hour days in media, eventually with millions and millions of dollars in the bank account. In Jesus' name, yes, 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 amen, amen. When I get into that, that's what I do. So my wife gonna ask me, can you change what you do? You want me to change what we do or no? So
Right.
if Toya decides to leave Eugene because the 12-hour days are too much, just know he loved you through everything. Okay?
Yeah. I don't think
Just
she's
know
ever
that.
gonna leave him because Eugene affords Toya the life that she wants. Toya is able to live a comfortable life, play tennis, drink wine, whatever. So I don't in any type of way think that Toya would ever leave Eugene. And I do feel like she does need to show him more appreciation. Which, I'm just going off of what I see on the show. Behind the scenes, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Toya could very much be showing her husband that he's appreciated and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because he's in love with her for a reason. So just based off the show or whatever, that's one thing. I mean, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I'm just on the outside looking in. But from just the show or whatever, it seems as though like she just takes him for granted. But like I said, who's to say that she's different
Correct.
when they're alone.
Absolutely right. Absolutely
So
right.
I also wanted to like touch base on like the Mahogany Jackson situation. Um the young lady from Birmingham, Alabama, who was murdered. I'm sorry, unalived by
You're
8 of
good.
her friends. You know, Let me play
Night
this.
bond for 5 of the suspects charged in the murder of Mahogany Jackson. A ruling comes days after police arrested an 8th suspect. That was Friday. CBS 42's Courtney Chandler joins us live in downtown Birmingham after attending this morning's hearing. Courtney, no bond here.
Yes, Sherry, this is after the judge heard disturbing video from the Birmingham Police Department involving that case, and that's why 5 of the suspects that she saw before the day will receive no bond. Giovanni Clamp, Blair Green, Tasha Lewis, Sila McCall, and Ariana Robinson will remain behind bars without bond. Birmingham police have identified these 5 and 3 other suspects for the murder of 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson. Birmingham Police Detective Mark Green, who is the lead detective for the case, took the stand Monday, sharing evidence of what led to Jackson's death. According to Green, the suspects assaulted Jackson physically and sexually based on the evidence seen from videos presented in the investigation. Green says Jackson was at one point handcuffed, dragged by her hair, beaten, and spit on by suspects. Green told prosecutors that Jackson sent out a text to family saying she had been kidnapped and please help, but don't call. He says Jackson was later shot in the back of the head and left at a trash dump site on the 1700 block of Laurel Avenue in Southwest Birmingham. Jackson family did not speak to the media Monday, but Jefferson County DA Danny Carr tells me the family is shaken after hearing the details of Mahogany's death.
It's one thing to hear a lot of what we call chitter chatter out there, but to be in a formal setting and hear what happened to a loved one like that could be very disheartening, obviously.
Carr tells me next will be a preliminary hearing for the suspects
in district court to determine probable cause and to see if the cases should move forward to the grand jury proceeding.
Now, the 3 other suspects, Brandon Poe, Francis Harris, and Jeremiah McDowell, are charged with capital murder during a first-degree kidnapping and capital murder during first-degree sodomy. In downtown Birmingham, Courtney Chandler, CBS 42 News.
Courtney, thank you.
Okay. So what are your thoughts?
I mean, first of all, prayers out to the family.
Right.
And to that young lady who hopefully is now in heaven. But also too, what the hell do y'all need a trial for? Really? This is one
exactly.
Of those, this is one
That's
of those
just a waste of
kaput.
Absolutely, like that. I mean, and why did I don't even understand like why they got a bond hearing? Absolutely no bond.
Yeah,
like, did y'all really think y'all do that what y'all did and really get a bond? They should just bypass trial if they got all the evidence or whatever, and just you know what I'm saying, because this is bullshit. I don't give a damn. I don't know whatever, but I do know nothing warranted this.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. If I was the judge, you know, and listen, I know the courthouse is closed, but in the morning I'll be like, all right, bring everybody in. All right, so guys, listen, I seen all the evidence and you guys did it. This is a guilty, no bond, put them in jail. Let's move the UCK on. Wait, are you serious? But we got what's the point of prosecutors?
Right.
What's the point of a defense? They said who did it. We don't need an investigation.
Cause I mean, y'all don't have no damn defense. This was one girl and 8 of you bitches. One girl, a mother. So y'all done unalived this girl. You tortured her. You kidnapped her. You tortured her. You killed. You sodomized her. Then you unalived her. As if like she was a piece of garbage. Now these is people that's supposed to be your friends. That's what I say about that friend bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
This brought me right back to like the Shanquilla Robinson thing. Like Man, if I got with friends like these, who need enemies?
Right.
This is crazy.
Yeah, not everybody deserves your energy. You know what I mean? And as the world has been devolving, I have recognized that I am exactly the soul I'm supposed to be. This old soul that's
Right.
like, listen, I love everybody, but I don't have to put up with everybody. And I think the pandemic really opened up the door with that.
Yep.
To being by yourself. But I
Mm.
think with the world that the way it is, it's probably best to stay to yourself and just be with the people that genuinely come through and
It
they prove it.
absolutely is best to like stay to yourself, right, and keep your circle clean, closed.
Yeah.
Because like oh my God, this is absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. I can only imagine like the family having to sit in there and listen to like what happened and look at the photos and all that stuff or whatever. Man, oh my God. My heart breaks for them. It really does.
But the thing about jail is they have a code in jail. They don't like people
Oh,
doing things to
absolutely.
they don't like things done to kids. So either the people that are going to go to jail, and I'm speaking that into existence because there ain't no way in hell this should be a trial. It should just be a guilty verdict. Either they are going to make their life hell, or they will have no life by the time they get in there. And I am not wishing that, but I
And
have
they
heard
going
that code many times that they follow that code to the T.
let me tell you something. The worst thing you can ever do is like do something to a child. But I do know that if you do wrong or whatever, wrong is gonna follow you. And no wrong deed go unpunished. So just like y'all did all that stuff that y'all did to that girl, tortured her, sodomized her, raped her, and all that. Oh, I'm sorry, raped her and all that stuff or whatever. Baby, you gonna have to eat that. You gonna have to see that again. You're gonna have to see it again. Because I don't care, like I don't understand like how y'all felt like that was warranted. And I bet you anything, when more details come out, it's gonna be like something minute why they was their reasoning for doing all this stuff. That's just plain evil.
Correct.
But they are going to a place where they think they evil, but they ain't seen evil yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like what y'all facing, honey, baby, I'm telling you, you're gonna be in there praying uh for ending, and it's not gonna come. I'm telling you, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to see that again. Then okay, for those of you who don't know, if you're familiar with True T, she's a great content creator.
Yes,
She
she is.
has a GoFundMe. She has a GoFundMe for the legal representation for Mrs. Black Titanic and here for
Mm-hmm.
Hot Tea.
Yes.
If you're not aware, they are being allegedly being sued by no count, no count, Maurice Scott. You know, the least relevant one on the AL8, him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he is suing them for defamation or whatnot, some bullshit like that. However, going through, social media today, I did run across a few things that did state that it was a frivolous thing. Like there was, no merit to like his so-called lawsuit
Mm-hmm.
or, whatever. Like that, he never had them served. He only sent an email.
Right.
He didn't go through the proper channels to, you know what I'm saying, go about suing them, which I thought out the gate that it was bullshit.
Right.
It was bullshit. You are on a show, uh, and so you're gonna be talked about. I mean, it is what it is.
It
I
comes with the
mean,
territory.
it comes with the territory. You're gonna be. I mean, if you don't want your life disclosed, and people talking about you or whatever, go away. I mean, because you
So
give absolutely nothing anyway. I mean, who are you? What are you doing? Like, we've never seen you on that show in court covering a court case, anything. The only thing that you've been on there talking about was sex, 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 and having your wife rolling over and taking it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, what are you doing? What are you giving? Nothing. So for those of you who want to make a donation, you can go over to True Tea, and there will be
and let me just say
they
this
try to
too. I really think it's quite sad. And I'm gonna give a prime example because I said this in another content creators chat. As big as the housewives are, and as much ish that people have said about them, and the fact that they could have sued shows the Real Housewives character.
exactly.
Because honestly, for
Exactly.
example, and I'm gonna bring up the Kenya Moore hair spa again, right? Kenya
Mm-hmm.
Moore could have, and I'm not speaking this into existence. I love Millie Chun. I've been over to her channel. I actually sent the video where somebody broke Stormy's party in the pasture, went live for 6 hours. I wonder who that person was. But anyway, sent that video over to Millie Chun. So she knows who I am. So when I'm saying this within a context with this lawsuit. Kenya Moore could have sued Millie Chun for that hair spa.
Yeah.
She could have, as big as Kenya Moore is. But Kenya Moore also knows that, guess what? As long as it was not defamatory or dragging her, she knows how to move. And it's not like, Kenya Moore would have won that. But there, out of my rambling comes greatness. Give me time. The reason why I bring that example up was because Millie Chun talked about something that was on the show that we all saw. Right. We all saw that hair spa. Millie Chun did not go after her personally. That was factual information. Now, with this, we have a nobody suing people who make him a somebody. The fact that Kenya Moore did not sue goes to show that Kenya Moore has more integrity than Maurice Scott. I mean, good damn. And I'm not even that big of a Kenya Moore fan, but right is right and wrong is wrong. I can give Kenya Moore her credit.
Right. And the thing is, Kenya Moore is known. Don't nobody know who Maurice is. So at least people talking about you, is, giving yourself, sir, more notability because nobody knows you. Like, when Mel said you are the least relevant you actually are. Didn't nobody know who you were or whatever, especially as a lie-awyer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not,
No, I was just gonna say very quickly. You know what this reminds me of that scene where the Braxtons was at dinner, and Tamar had the black dash and black poxy and black imagination say, Tony Braxton didn't pave the way for me. Jesus paved the way for me. And Tawanda gets on my nerves for many reasons. She black, but she feel like she's uppity when y'all all grew up in the same place, okay, Maryland, okay, and you trying to refine yourself. Nothing wrong with being better, but good damn, don't forget where you come from. But besides that, Tawanda was right on this one thing. How dare you say Tony Braxton didn't pave the way for you? Because guess what? Without Tony Braxton, we wouldn't be here. Without Braxton Family Values, you would not know Tamar Braxton. Right. So, without Love and Marriage Huntsville, quite frankly, nobody would know who any of y'all are. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. That is so true. That is so true. But yes, anybody want to donate to the cause, please head on
Yes.
over to True Tea. And you know, the information for the GoFundMe is there. And you just follow all the prompts to get over there and make your donation.
Correct. I
Um
think they
I
raised
I
about
I
seven
stand
thousand
with
dollars.
Black Titanic and Here for
Yes.
IT because they
Yes.
are doing their job as bloggers. They're
Absolutely.
bloggers and they can cover and have their opinions on whatever.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Uh,
And
and so I stand with them. I hadn't as of yet, but I
yeah,
am, very much so standing with them. Because this is just wrong. It's absolutely wrong. You can't silence people. They have a right to their own opinions. They have a right to free speech. And you might not like it. Yeah, you don't have to tune in. That's just it.
that's it. That's it. And not to
So,
mention too,
you
like
know,
for you, and not to mention too, it's like, I have never seen a reality show that, you know, most of the time, you know, when it comes to social media with reality shows, it's almost like the fact of, you know, the star needs the person needs the network more than the network needs them. And it seems like with this show that Love and Marriage Huntsville needs social media more than social media needs Love and Marriage Huntsville.
oh,
Because at
the
least with the
real show is on
housewives,
the
oh,
show.
oh,
The real
it's on
show
social
goes
media.
down on social media. Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely it does. And I've said this before. There's a difference between consumers and viewers. The viewers of Love and Marriage Huntsville, oh, they live in their normal, regular, regular, schmegular lives. Soon as part 3 was over,
Right.
okay, I'll see y'all season 7. Season 7 for the rest of the consumers
Yeah.
started that Sunday with the podcast. And we've been on season 7 ever since. So by the time season 7 comes to television, we will be on season 8 on social media.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm so curious to know if they're actually gonna show Martell like the entire season, or if he's gonna be on there up until he was arrested, or how that's gonna play out.
I think the
Like,
way
I
I
don't
would
get it.
right. I think the
Like,
way that
if he's coming back, why?
Mhm. Right. I think the way that I would play this honestly is like this. Um, you know, he did say, and I quote, showcase my real life. Okay, we're going to do that. But recognize, though, you asked for this. So, I would say, hey, listen, if you coming on full time this season, we're coming on full time and covering everything because you said that. However, either you come on, we cover everything, or we don't cover nothing at all. Your ass is fired. That's the ultimatum I would give him if I was the executive out on. You want the narrative? Cool, we'll give you the chance to cover.
I don't know though that I don't know that Carlos would even want to cover everything that has gone on with Martell. Like what led up to the arrest, because then he's trying to portray like he didn't have a clue about what was going on as far as Martell and Melody or whatever. He tries to act as like he wasn't privy to all of the things that Martell was doing to Mel. So if he was to play like him being arrested and stuff or whatever, I don't feel like he would want all this shown, because it's gonna verify that you did, sir, in fact, no. which we all know that he knew, but
Right.
in his own mind, it's like, I don't know.
No, I absolutely feel you, and
I don't know,
listen,
and I don't know how this will play out.
and listen. To tell you the truth, I truly feel at the beginning, middle, end of the day that Martell should not be on the show at this point. But if you are going to bring him on,
Fact.
you have to cover everything. There's just there's no other way to do it. To me, and I truly believe that. So if you're not going to cover everything, then you can't cover. Then you don't need to cover it at all. Because if you start being selective, then guess what? The audience is also going to be selective with you.
Right. Yep, that is true. I don't know. But I actually do hope that Melody is getting ready to, move on. Like she created this show and stuff, but Mel has so many, lines of business that she's into or whatever. Being, she has her own network and stuff. I really I wish that she move on, because this right here is not it's not getting any better. Um they're not going to, it seems like Carlos is not gonna even attempt to like get rid of Martell. And I don't, feel like this fair to her. I feel like, what I'm saying, if I heard this to be my last season,
Right.
if I was her, I just I couldn't deal with it.
It
With all of
seemed
the
it
things,
seemed
all of the threats, all of the
right.
underhanded things that Martell is doing to that girl, it makes no sense. Like I wouldn't want to be around him. I believe that Mel doesn't want to film with him. So like what? I don't know.
It's seeming like to me that and I remember when I asked Melody, how do you know when it's time to roll on, because you have so many other things, and she said to me and to everybody on that Instagram live that when it's time, it's time. I'll feel like this: if the show is not done by season 7 or not over after season 7, I feel that she could leave after season 7. Like, you know what, y'all want to continue this?
Yeah.
I'm out. And I know that a lot
Yep.
of people, and I know a lot of people want her to fight for that show, because it's what it's her show. But in the same token, though, like, it's better to let go and be whole than to hold on and to be broken. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So that's just how I feel.
Because she has gone through hell on that show that she created or whatever, and we all seen it. Like every season, they have managed to use uh Mel as a storyline. Like every season, ever since that show been on, they always go back to when she and Martell were married. The demise of their marriage, their divorce or whatever. Like, come on now, the rest of y'all give something. Like, I mean, it's at this point, like, how long they been divorced? 4, 5 years, and
Correct.
y'all still on and on about it, talking about what happened when they were. Come on now, somebody else got to give something. Like I said, I don't see it. Them coming, anybody else on that cast, like disclosing their real true life, or anything like that or whatever. And I know that got to be tiring for Mel. She done gave everything she could give. So I if I was her, like, I protect my peace and just move on, because I don't see Carlos getting rid of that demon named Martell.
No, for sure.
Yeah. And then my last thing I wanted to talk about. And it's a little messy. I don't care. It is what it is. There is a well-known content creator by the name of Anthony Loftus. Yesterday, he made a grand announcement that he was leaving YouTube for now.
Oh,
A
Lord
lot of
Jesus.
people have weighed in on this or whatever. A lot of people are glad that he chose to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many thoughts about this whole thing and this situation.
You know,
I don't
I will say,
understand why he felt like he needed to just come on there to say that, because lately he hadn't really been going live anyway. So I mean, and I don't think a lot of people are tuning into him. So it's basically like you're not here anyway. So I didn't understand the purpose of him having to come and just say, yeah, I'm leaving for now because whatever bullshit it was, he said.
right.
Yeah, so
I will say this. I think that, sometimes in life, the more you play around with fire, eventually you will get burned.
exactly.
And, I think that's just the personification of this. Because, me and you have talked, and we do talk. And I said to you, and I quote, that I think truly at the beginning, middle, end of the day, that sometimes in life, the best thing to do is to be still in who you are and let things play out. And so hopefully, what this will do is it will give everybody a very good mental lesson of be responsible for what you do.
Right.
And also too, don't ever pretend to come out and be a resource to somebody when you were a hindrance the whole time.
Yeah. Woo.
Now listen,
And he said,
Braylon
said what he said.
Listen, I did. I said what I said, and honestly, I think that really goes to all of social media, because here's the thing: everybody wants to be first in something, but the problem with being first is when you're first, yes, you get the glory, but you do realize, just like Wheel of Fortune, just like Price is Right, they do have a standards and practices team that's got to make sure you legitimately won the prize. And you know what happens when you don't win the prize? They take it away from you. So just make sure with whatever you do, there will always be a court of public opinion of standards and practices. Because it's quite interesting how, I don't like this or I don't like that, but yet they keep pretending to be a resource when really at the core you were a hindrance. And that's a lot of people on social media. And if what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond. But if you respond, it must be true to some damn degree. If it don't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Anybody can be a present to entertain you, but it takes somebody to be a gift to bless you. Some of y'all need to be careful what y'all opening, what y'all receiving, what y'all giving a fuck about for attention. Seriously. And I said what I said.
Exactly. And I was just amazed at Like even y'all know, oh my God, I love me some Queen Sheba.
Mm-hmm.
And when Queen Sheba went off this morning, I was like, wait a minute, like this is not, But I think like she just fed up with like uh
The fakerization of it all.
yeah, the fakerization of it all, like the disrespect or whatever. And like she like I said, it's certain people, certain content creators and stuff that are just unproblematic. And if you can find fault in some of these people, then you may just need to take a look at yourself. Because honey, you
That's
probably
it.
are the problem. Or
That's it.
whatever. And with him, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I always got like a weird vibe from him. He kind of gives like a better than, more than spirit himself or whatever. I think he was a great content creator or whatever, but I think that he had that thing too, like where he wanted to be the first, the main, and yeah.
Yeah.
Hence, he's where he's at right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Whew, child, the streets are hot to say the least, and I'm just glad that my car virtual tour live has very nice air conditioning to not deal with heat.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. It's almost like more than you can like. You know what I'm saying? It's almost more than you can like keep up with. Just like what I'm
Yes.
saying. It's every day is something. It's every day is something.
Yep.
So yeah. Yeah. Well, you got any final thoughts, Bray Bray?
I think everything has been said. I love you, of course, as always, and you're almost at 200 subscribers. So damn proud of you, and you gonna be a legend out here for damn sure. And love you very much. And listen, like I said before, I think sometimes we tend to forget our own receipts. And it's not that you cannot be redeemed. It's not that you cannot. It's not that you can't have a second chance. It's not that people don't want to see you successful, but you also have to recognize your position in the timeline. And just to not say what other people have done when you were also part of the bullshit.
Hey, you better say that.
For those of you who know, you know. For those of you who don't know, you don't know. But do not say that person went to this platform, that platform, when they were also on your platform on a regular schmegular basis.
Right.
Just
yep.
I said, if what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond. But if you also respond, just know for your own mental health, you should lay down, stay down, and mentally shut down. Because all that has to be done is pull up my channel with my receipts of the content I create. And I said what I said.
Right. Hey. Well. There you have it from my little Bray.
Listen,
I want to thank each and every one of you all for being here at Swamp Talk with Louisiana Chick tonight. I appreciate you all for coming through. It's really appreciated. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel, share me with your people.
Yes, indeed.
And yeah, I want to thank everybody. Thank you, especially Braylon, who I do love and adore and admire.
Love you right back.
If you're not subscribed to his channel already, go over there to Braylon Lee. Subscribe to his channel. He's a really, really great content creator. You will have a good time. Yes. So we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna try to come back tomorrow evening. And we're gonna go over the Carlos King&Cecil Whitmire interview. I really enjoyed everyone tonight, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you, thank you, thank you.